Good afternoon. My name is Ray Jackson at Republic Home Services, and I just wanted to wish you a happy holiday season. And things to be mindful of in this holiday season is the temperatures are going to drop, and it's going to make your plumbing work harder. Your water heater is going to work harder to be hot, and you want to get a good flush and maintenance before the temperatures drop. So what we'll do is we'll flush everything out, get the sediment clean, and we'll also check the anode protection rod. The anode rod is a full-length metal alloy rod that is basically designed to wear out, and that needs to be checked every year so you can keep the integrity of your tank. And also, when temperatures do drop and get below freezing, you want to be mindful of your outside, anything on the outside wall, you want to run with a slow and steady drip just to keep the water moving so it's less likely to freeze break.
Okay, Ray, you're a new master plumber at Republic Home Services.
Yes, sir.
We're glad you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
We're trying to figure out some issues that could occur in our homes when it comes to our hot water heaters and cold weather coming in. What are some things that we need to look for as homeowners so that we can figure out if we need to be calling our service provider or not to come in and replace a hot water heater?
Correct. Yeah. Totally makes sense. So what you want to be mindful of is in the winter months, as the temperature drops, your water heater is going to have to work a little bit harder. So I would suggest to have us come over and we can do a water heater safety check. We can go through everything. We can flush it out, get it all free of sediment. And we can also pull and check the anode protection rod. That's basically a replacement part that's designed to wear out in your water heater. It corrodes so the inside of your tank doesn't. And those two things in coupling should be done every year. But if it hasn't been done in about a year, you should definitely get it done before the winter months come in and it gets cold.
Great. So you mentioned washing out our hot water heaters because of sediment.
Yes, sir. About? Sediment is just due to the water quality and the minerals in the water reacting with the material on the tank. Okay. And so that couples with, and if you don't have a filtration system, you're going to have a whole lot more sediment, and you're going to see stuff like this, the sediment build up on the side of your fixtures everywhere, like on the supply lines up there up top, and you may see it on your faucets in your bathrooms and your bathtub and shower.
Is that why we end up with some of the little white stuff or green stuff around our shower heads sometimes?
Exactly right. So, or if your glass on your shower enclosure, anything like that, same thing.
So it's just mineral buildup that's working its way through our system.
Yes.
So what we see working itself, what we see on our shower heads, stuff like that, we can, if we're seeing it there, we can rest assured that it's happening probably more inside the hot water.
100%.
You also mentioned water filtration.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that and why that might be important.
As more people, there's no secret that DFW is growing. It's one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the country right now. And so with that happening, we only have so much fresh water. So it puts the water treatment plants, it puts extra stress on them. And they're actually using ammonia to cut the water instead of chlorine just as well. And so they're using that to clean the water, and just depends on the municipality where you live, but the water quality is not getting any better, and we always suggest a home filtration. So that way that you can ensure good quality of water and there's not harmful chemicals that you're cooking with or bathing with or anything like that.
What effect will a home filtration system have on the longevity of your hot water heater?
It will definitely help. It should increase it 25 to 50%. It's definitely, but you got to stay on top of your maintenance as well, but it would definitely not hurt.
So you mentioned earlier about maintenance. Run through me real quick. If you show up at the house to do a maintenance, what are the things that you're going to be to make the lifespan of my hot water heater be as maximized?
To make it optimal, correct. How I would address this is I would hook up a hose, and then we're going to run a hose to the exterior of the home, and we're going to flush it out. But really, the only thing that you can tell by the outside of a water heater is its paint job or not. So really, we need to, once that we flush this down and drain it out to get all the sediment out of the tank that it's holding, we're going to pull and check with the anode rod and see what kind of condition that rod is in, because that's going to be a good sign on the condition of the tank. And, just depending upon the time periods of maintenance, when the last time, or if it's the first or second anode rod in the tank, or depending upon how old the tank is and when the maintenance happened.
What if we regularly maintain our hot water heater? How much longer of a lifespan could we expect to have happen versus not maintaining it?
You could literally, if you change the anode rod every 3 years and you flush your water heater out every year, you could literally go indefinitely.
Really?
Yes. As long as those anode rods stay fresh and you flush it out, you could push it up to 15 years.
Wow.
Easy.
Wow.
That's maybe fantastic.
More. Okay. Ray, thanks for your time.
No problem.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Hey, who are you and why are you here?
My name is Ray Jackson. I'm the master plumber over here at Republic Home Services, and I just wanted to go over with you and maybe give you a helpful hint so you won't have any freeze breaks this holiday season as the temperature continues to drop. What you want to do is take an old rag or towel, and you can throw a lot more than one on it. You can be generous with it. Just wrap it up, and you want to seal it up with a bucket.
That simple?
That simple.
What's the purpose of the bucket and the rag?
To keep the elements off of it. So you're going to keep it warm and you're going to keep it dry. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right. Simple. Everybody has a bucket in the house anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what I would suggest. And all on your outside faucets, anything on the outside wall, you want to leave a slow, steady drip. That'll keep it more resistant to freezing as well.
Inside the house?
But especially stuff on an outside wall, you want to have a slow, steady drip anytime it gets below freezing. Good afternoon. Ray Jackson here, master plumber at Republic Home Services. Just wanted to show you the proper way to insulate a outside frost-proof hose bib on your home. This is the most common application for an outside faucet on homes in the North Texas area. So what you want to do is make sure everything's off. You want to detach any hoses or any splitters or anything like that because it tends to hold water just like that, and that will cause everything to freeze break. So what you want to do, close that. And this is an insulated cover. It's easily found. You can buy them on Amazon. They sell them at Home Depot. You just want to hook it to the back here, and you're going to tighten it like so. And that's just to keep the elements off of it. And for a more effective when temperatures are really low, I would suggest loading this with rags and towels as well, and that'll insulate it further. But pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory.
Ray, when it comes to your pipes inside the house, what is the best way to protect those from freezing as well? Or is there any danger of those freezing at all?
There is a danger of those freezing. What I would suggest, anything on an outside wall where the fixture, where the faucet is facing the outside wall, you want to leave that on a slow drip overnight as the temperatures drop, just to keep the water moving, to keep those pipes more break resistant. Because as long as that water is moving, it's less likely to freeze.